Hello everybody and welcome back. This is Not a Pro Gardener here. Today we're going to be fertilizing our onions. Now we're going to show you how we side dress our onions with a water soluble fertilizer. It might rain today, so we're going to go ahead and put it down and kind of cultivate it in a little bit with our hand. Now we're going to get close and try to do this by hand because this can burn your plants if it gets down in them onion leaves. So we're just going to try to show you how we fertilize our onions in our raised bed. So let's show you what we got. All right, so what we're going to fertilize this with is a high nitrogen fertilizer. What we have is this 2100. It's all nitrogen with some sulfur in it, hence the name ammonium sulfate. Now with onions, you got to grow the tops. You got to put in the investment to growing these big tops. You want it to look like a jungle in here. You want these leaves to be all over the place. You want them to be big and you want them to be green. These quite aren't as green as I want them to be, so I'm going to side dress them with this 2100. Now I'm going to use the rest of this bag in this whole raised bed. So let's go ahead and show you what we got. Since everything's so close, I'm going to get in here with my hand and make sure I try not to get it down in the plants. I'm going to give each one of them a little love by trying not to drown it with this stuff. So we want to make sure we put enough in here because they're so densely planted together that we feed them properly. Whenever you put stuff like this close together, you need to make sure you feed it properly, otherwise you're not going to get the results you want. Okay, so this right here, this is what we want. Now I'm just going to get in here and cultivate with my hand a little bit, kind of mix it up into the soil. Try not to disturb and pull any weeds along the way. Try not to disturb any onions too much. Don't want to rip them out of the ground. Just want to kind of get this mixed in with the dirt a little bit. The soil's already wet, so it's going to start dissolving, and when it rains a little bit later today, it should help feed these guys. So this is pretty much it. A couple things onions need to be grown big is you need a lot of nitrogen in the initial phase of growing the leaves, and then you need a lot of water in the bulbing phase, and throughout the whole growing season you need to keep them fairly weeded. They do not do good with weeds sucking all their food and water away from them. So you just want to stay on top of all three of those things and you should do all right, especially if you pick the correct onion type. And what I mean by that would be immediate day, long day, and short day varieties. Just gonna need to stay on top of those things and you should be successful planting them at the right time anyway. I believe this variety is like around 100-day maturity. All right, I'm gonna come back and fill in this with a little more fertilizer, but you get the gist. So, this is Not a Pro Gardener here, showing you how we fertilize our onions in our raised bed. Look at some of these onions. This thing's thicker than my finger already. That's how big they're getting. Looking pretty good. You want it to look like a jungle in here. Doesn't matter if the leaves are bent over like that, not a big deal. You want to be green and thick. That's how you want it. Now these guys on the other side of the bed, I've been growing these for root stock. So I'm not planning on eating all these. I just wanted to have that extra root stock on these onions. All right, this is Not a Pro Gardener here. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and ring that bell to get notified every time I come out with a new video. Thanks for watching.